There. Hey, Bella. Want to stay with me and tell you how crazy this movie was? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Okay, so the minute I got home, I realized I'm never gonna get a chance to talk about how insane this movie gets. This is the Halloween 2018 sequel. Yeah. Oh, no, not in the ear. Not in the ear. You should know better. Um, we missed you. Look at them. Look at them. Okay, you're gonna look at me. That's fine. So this is gonna be full of spoilers. So there's another video I made with my first reactions. This is kind of just piecing what I saw together in all its crazy weirdness. What? Boop. Okay. So if you don't want to watch me ruin the whole movie, go see that video, because a lot to talk about here. But if you just want the basic rundown, I still stand by it. It's the best and worst of the franchise stitched together, and the stuff that's just really out there, it will make or break the kind of movie you're watching. So yeah, time to go into spoilers. Okay, so, this is the first thing I gotta talk about, because it's what made me crack him in the theater so much. No, don't leave me! No, this is interesting! Oh, she's still here, okay. So there's this doctor that's, looking after Mike Myers, and Michael Myers, I think is the better term, sorry. You sniff dogs on me, yes, I can see that. So there's this doctor that's looking after Michael Myers, and I guess it's supposed to be the doctor, the other one from the first movie and Halloween 6, but I don't know. I should have looked this up earlier. But anyway, there's this doctor that I guess is kind of looking after him, and they sort of do this thing where I guess they kind of sort of try to build him up as the next Loomis. Like, they do that thing again where all the crazies escape, the bus crashes. We don't see how the bus crashes or whatever. And the doctor's there, and he gets shot on accident, because, like, grandfather and his grandson pull over, and the grandson has a shotgun or whatever, and he actually... No, he has, like, some kind of a rifle or whatever. Like, some kind of a hunting rifle. No, don't lick them. You're not Cork. So that happens, and he's all like, oh, I know Michael too, I know him very, very well. And then he meets up with Laurie Strode at one point when they're in the neighborhood, and Michael's killing people left and right. And he's all like, oh, you're Laurie Strode. And then she's like, yes, and you're the new Dr. Loomis. It's like, no, don't do this, no. Ugh. Because the way they were building this up, no squeaky time. Not when I'm talking. Sorry. She's going to be there. Great. No, it'll just make the video more interesting. I'm talking about these crazy-ass scenes, and she's here chewing me out as a chew toy. So, because for a good bulk of the movie, they kind of almost look like as if that Laurie Strode is the next Dr. Loomis. And yet they do that little dialogue exchange. It's kind of like, wait a minute, is there some kind of a trade-off going here? But no, big twist. Apparently, they find Laurie Strode's granddaughter walking around in the neighborhood because they're trying to get the family together to Laurie Strode's super safe house. I'll talk about that in a second. So there's a cop there with Diet Coke. No, I should probably just call him Michael Myers, psychiatrist, whatever. So there's another cop with them, and they kind of run him over. They kind of run Michael Myers over, and they get out, and the cop's like, "Oh, sure, I gotta shoot him." The psychiatrist's like, "No, don't." And then, like, there's this weird bait and switch. Like, I didn't know what happened. Like, and when I mean I didn't know what happened, I mean as in I didn't see it coming, but at the same time, I felt like it came out of the freaking blue. There's a bit where, like, Michael Myers, psychiatrist, like, kills the cop, and then he's all like, yes, now I know what it's like to kill people, just like you. And then I'm not kidding here. He bends down, and it shows a shot from Laurie's granddaughter's point of view. And he gets back up, and he has the Michael Myers mask on, and he's dragging Michael Myers into the van. Like, that's the moment where I lost it. Like, this movie was, like, being very, like, the first half was, like, you know, standard Halloween, and then it gets to that moment, and I felt like it just literally jumped the shark and went over the moon. This doctor is like, oh, no, I'm the new Mike Myers, and he has the damn mask on. And he throws him in the van, and, like, the granddaughter ever in the back. I was laughing so hard. I was trying to contain myself. I was biting my fingers. I was biting my knuckles. I didn't want to root everybody, but I was cracking up so much. That's the moment where I lost it. I was like, okay, you're doing something, Halloween. I don't know what it is, but you're not good, you're not bad, you're doing something. But no, it gets crazier. Like, oh my goodness. And then they go to the Laurie Strode safe house where, like, crazy Dr. Lewis, Michael Myers psychiatrist, whoever you are, I'm going to call you Captain Wacky. Oh, now I remember why, because he wants to, like, I want to see what Michael Myers does in an enclosed environment. And then, like, he pulls over because Laurie Strode's trying to trick, Laurie Strode's granddaughter is trying to trick him so she can, like, escape and stuff. And then Mike Myers wakes up, because, you know, you can't keep a good serial killer down. And he escapes in the van, and the doctor's on the ground. And he's like, say something, Michael, say something! And what happens next is almost as crazy as the electrified exploding head in Halloween 6. It is almost there. He's on the ground. The psychiatrist on the ground. He's like, say something, Michael. Say something. Say something. And then Michael Myers just lifts his foot, and he pummels it right on the head of the psychiatrist. There's, like, blood and brains exploding. Like, he's stopping a jack-o'-lantern. Is it supposed to be a comedy? Like, when I said earlier, this is like the best and worst of the Halloween franchise stitched together, it really feels like the best and worst is stitched together. There's, like, moments that feel like they were taken out of, like, certain entries. I'm like, okay, people remember this one, so let's just do it like this. Or, okay, people remember that, so let's do it like that. There's the scene where, like, one of the babysitters is going to have sex with her boyfriend or whatever. So, okay, let's just have that in the home where she's watching the kid, and the kid knows what drugs are. Probably knows what sex is. Go figure. They're watching, like, Repo Man on the TV, apparently. And then, like, the entire ending is just... It just goes so out the window. Like, it's half serious, half crazy. Like, Laurie's daughter, not the granddaughter's, like, lost in the woods and whatever and trying to get to the safe house. She's in the basement, and she's like, I should have known from the start, I didn't mean to stop pretty rude, I'm so sorry, I should have known better when you were telling me all these things, treat me then, and then, like, the social services took me away from you. I should have known better. You were better. And even though you got crazy and everything. And then, like, Laurie Strode, the crazy Laurie Strode is, like, running around like a rifle and everything and trying to find Mike Myers. And, oh my goodness, they do the freaking closet thing not once but twice. They do it once in the living room. Obviously, he's not there. They do it twice when she's up there, and he's like all the little target dummies that she used earlier for target practice. They do that twice, apparently. I will give it this much. There is a point earlier where they do like an homage to the closet bit, and it was done better-ish. Do it twice, shame on me. Do it 3 times. Shame on you. Like, what is the deal with the closet? Like, I know it was a big scene in the first movie, and even H2O did it better, where, like, Michael Myers is chasing her down, and this is in H2O, by the way, and she stops and she sees the closet, she goes, crap! Like, it's the only place to hide. That's how you do an homage movie. And like I said, some of the homages they do in this movie, I did like. The one with Halloween 3, there's like a shot where you see two of the kids wearing like the pumpkin and the skull mask from Halloween 3. I thought that was actually well done. But then there's like really weird moments where they feel like they really need to like pay homage to some of the classic stuff. Like there's again the inmates, the bus crashes and the inmates are just flocking around like chickens, like, oh, let's go this way, oh, let's go this way. Like, okay, I can kind of see why they did that, because they gotta show how Michael Myers escapes. I kind of like the fact that Michael Myers cannot be Michael Myers without the jumpsuit and the mask, because he can't walk around as old 60 or 70-year-old man with a beard and stuff. I'm telling you, in some shots, you can almost see his face. It looks like a beefed-up Michael McDowell. That would have been more interesting! They go to this gas station, and the reporters are there because they're, like, trying to do a podcast on Michael Myers and stuff. And, like, okay, it's kind of clever, because in today's age, the whole idea of serial killers is kind of an interest. And even then, the movie doesn't go in that direction. Like, you could have done this whole Criminal Minds, or I don't want to say Law and Order SVU. That's kind of like the wrong example. But no, you could have gone this Criminal Minds angle, and it could have been interesting. Like, heck, over the summer when I was working for the news, over the summer when I was doing assignments for my local newspaper, one of them was actually talking to a writer who was with a serial killer, was his lawyer and everything, and had these conversations. I think the book is called Conversation with a Serial Killer. You give it a read. It's not an easy read, but it's actually kind of interesting. The author's name escapes me at the moment, but I know the book is called His Garden, Conversations with a Serial Killer. I thought it was going to go in that angle. I thought that was the angle it was going to go in. But then again, it wouldn't be enjoyable if it was that brutal as that book. But regardless. So, yeah, you have Michael Myers going on. I guess he's a ninja now, because there's a scene where the two podcast people are, like, at a gas station. One of them's filling up, the other's in the bathroom, and, like, Michael Myers is going around killing these people. And they don't know? They don't know. Okay, kudos to that one person who's in the bathroom because she's using the toilet. But that one guy's just filling up gas. He can so easily turn around and see the receptionist getting his jaw snapped and stuff. And apparently, again, it's not Mike Myers out the suit. He's got to get the jumpsuit and the mask, and they're carrying the mask around. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you have that mask with you? Makes no sense. Oh yeah, except that one bit where, like, I guess they start the gears again, where they try to talk with him or whatever. Smart. Like, nobody in this movie is smart. Are we still living that age where times change but people don't? Like, I feel like Laurie Strode is the smart one now. She's going around and telling, lock your doors, do this, lock your doors, do this. And, like, there's an entire sequence. Again, my favorite scene in the whole movie, where it's this one shot where you're following Mike Myers around, and he's just, like, killing people off one by one. Like, and it's a really well done scene. It's like nothing I've seen in these movies. You just see him walk around, and they kind of sort of pay homage to the second one where he gets, like, the butcher knife when the wife, whatever, is making the ham sandwich. There's a bit where he, like, picks a knife, he's like, yeah, I don't want to waste a kill. He kills the wife, and he goes out and you, like, follow the camera and stuff, and then he, like, goes into someone's house, and it's like, how is this neighborhood not under safety watch? There's all these unlocked doors. This is why I hate doors. So, oh yeah, and the stuff with the teenagers, I gotta talk about this. The teenagers, they're half and half. they're your run-of-the-mill, let's go to a party and stuff. Oh, no, wait. They're trying to be sensible. It's like the teenagers from American Pie, let's not have sex. Sex is a wonderful, magical thing. And then what happens? They go to the party, like, someone passes them liquor or whatever, and, like, one of them is schmoozing it up with, like, another girl who's supposed to be Laurie Strode's granddaughter's date, and he turns out to be a complete jerk. Like, I thought he was gonna die. I thought there was a moment where, like, he was gonna go back to the air and be like, "Hi, where are you?" And then Mike Myers comes out, da 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 da. But no, it's the other kid who's like, I guess. Okay, I probably should explain this so you guys understand this a little better. There's two boys that Laurie Strode's granddaughter is friends with, and like, I guess they have a thing together. And they make it look as if they're, I don't know, secretly bisexual or something like that. It was really hard, because there were so many mixed signals. But I guess one of the friends are dating her or something like that, and they dress up as Bonnie and Clyde. And, like, the guy dresses up as Bonnie, she dresses up as Clyde, and the other guy, who honestly looks like young Josh Gad, because he has that LeFou quality to him. He's like a devil or whatever. Like, Laurie Strode's granddaughter catches guy number one that she's going out with a date with, getting together with, like, this other girl dressed up as a tiger. And, like, she finds out, he gets ticked off and throws her phone away. It's like, oh, now she can't contact her grandmother who's trying to contact Mike Myers on the loose. And then, like, she tries to go home with guy number two, teenage Josh Gad, very creepy. And then, like, she explains, like, oh, I can't believe it, I tried to go out there, and she's going to have this other woman. And then, he's like, it's okay, I understand. And then he tries to, like, make a move on her, and she's like, what's going on here? What? It's like, oh, I thought you wanted me, are you sending mixed signals? And then she's like, ew, no, I don't want you, this is kind of creepy, ew. And then, this leads into my other favorite scene in the movie. So they're in this backyard, and they're trying to, like, get her back home, and she, like, leaves him, and he's, like, drunk and everything. It's a couple of beer cans, whatever. And Mike Myers is in the back. He's standing there in the backyard. He's like, hi, dude, yeah, I'm having a rough night, trouble with women and stuff. Everyone was snickering. I thought it was going to come to a moment where, like, he offers Mike Myers a beer, and they just, like, sit down and stuff, and I would have loved that. But no, he's a serial killer. He's the slasher. He's gotta kill him because he drank the beer. And everybody knows sex, drugs, and beer are what kills you in a horror movie. And it's not even that great of a kill either. He, like, just pins him against a grate and just stabs him or whatever. But yeah, they kind of try to make it a little interesting with the motion sensors, because, like, there's motion censored lights in the backyard that they're in, and, like, it just flickers every, like, 60 seconds. That's, I guess, kind of interesting, but it's like, it's a cheap way for a scare. But no, the bit before that, I thought, I was literally whispering, give him liquor, he'll feel better. I was hoping for that to happen. It would have been so amazing. Just Mike Myers just sitting there, cracking over the beer, going, yeah, I feel for you, buddy. Stab. Like, oh man, what else to talk about? There's just, I feel like this movie is, like, one part straightforward, let's do this, like, homage to Halloween, and kind of, sort of, take these moments that you remember very well first. They even do the thing where, like, she looks out the window, and, like, the killer's across the street, only this time they do it with Laurie Strode, like, mirror image. Like, what, is she going to be the next Mike Myers now? That would actually have made for a more interesting ending, because it makes sense that this person has, like, a safe house full of weapons and a secret basement, and, like, all these grates and stuff, and I guess that was the whole plan. 40 years, she made this safe house to trap Michael Myers in the basement so she could set the house on fire and then, like, have him roast to death. And, honey, he's gonna be still alive. like, even the ending, you don't see his corpse roast. Like, he stands there, and, like, he's trapped in the basement, and then, like, she, like, turns the gas on or whatever, and that throws a flare down there, and the fire comes up, and then, like, we cut away. The granddaughter, Laurie's daughter, and Laurie escape the house, and we cut back to the basement, and we don't see the corpse burning, so it's like, he's gone. They're gonna do another sequel. Thank you. Or maybe it's an homage. Who knows? They already did one, like, something similar earlier, where, like, her and Michael Myers are fighting in the house, and there's, like, a moment where he throws her off the balcony, just like in the first one. And, like, there's a point where Mike Myers just looks back, and I'm totally not kidding. You see Laurie Strode's body disappear. I thought it was gonna, like, end right there. Like, that's the ending of the movie. It's setting up a sequel for Michael Myers trying to hunt down crazy Laurie Strode. Now the bad guy's the good guy. That would have been interesting. That would have been amazing. Oh, but no. No. And then they have to do that whole thing where, like, Mike Myers is, like, trying to get into the basement to kill the Strode's granddaughter and daughter, and they do that thing where, like, it's the black cord or whatever, and you see Laurie Strode's face just like in the first one, where, like, Mike is hiding in the dark and his mask kind of illuminates. I don't know. I don't want to write this off as a bad movie because there is effort behind it. If you want to see a Halloween movie, if you're a fan of the films, I guess you'll be okay with this one. But there's so much. Like I said, it feels like the best and worst moments of the franchise are just stitched together. And for better or for worse, you won't get something bold. You won't get something boring. I'll give it that much. It's not a boring movie. It's not a boring movie. I'm confused. I don't know. It starts off, simple and basic, but even at the same time, there were just, like, literally no surprises. Once they introduced the characters, I'm just sitting there going, okay, I know who's gonna die. I know who's gonna live. The stuff I didn't expect was just flat out hilarious. I didn't think it was bad, but I can't say it's the best. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait another year and maybe rewatch it and see how it holds up, because I guess it's fine. Like, if you really want a Halloween movie, like, if you just want to see Mike, if you just want to see Jamie Lee Curtis again fighting Mike Myers, you'll be fine. But man, they could have done so much. I'll give it this much. I can definitely see why the Toronto critics loved it more than The Predator, that film festival. Because it does have moments of unintentional hilarity. Maybe that's why they gave it a good review. But yeah, even then, I didn't see The Predator, so I can't base my judgment off of that. I have to base my judgment off of the movie itself and how it fits in with the Halloween franchise. And in regards to something that's following up 40 years to the first movie, I still say Halloween 2 is kind of the better follow-up. I'm really sorry. There's just so much I like about that one. It dives into the mythos of Mike Myers. There's so many scenes in the hospital I love that really raise the tension. And there's characters in that movie I really cared about, even though I knew they were going to die. I liked the little perv guy that sings Amazing Grace. I like the nurses and everything. That one guy that kind of sort of makes it out okay. I remember more than the teenagers in this movie, and that's kind of sad. So yeah, as a sequel to the first movie, it's really a shortcoming. It really falls. It really falls in the shadow of the first one. It's okay, Bella. I'm wrapping it up. She misses me. This is why I haven't done videos in a long time. My mistress calls me. No. Oh god, that was stupid. As a movie on its own, for something called Halloween, you kind of expect more. Like, if they called it, like, Halloween Returns or something like that, I would have been fine. But just calling it Halloween, and this is a problem I have with certain movies that are trying to either be a sequel or reboot, and they just take the namesake, because it's hard, because I don't know if it's trying to, like, really trying to outdo the first one or be an homage to it. And there are certain movies where that can work, like John Carpenter's The Thing. It's not trying to outdo the Howard Hawks movie. It's trying to be like a send-up to it, and at the same time do something different and darker. And I think in the case, they knew they couldn't outlive the original, so they decided to go in a completely different direction. Hell, the opening credits, which is actually a pro I forgot to talk about in the other video, but I guess I should consider this a spoiler anyway, this is actually kind of clever. They have the pumpkin from the first movie deflated, and then it slowly inflates, and it pieces back together as, like, the Halloween theme plays. That was clever. That I actually liked. And I kind of expected something like that. But I guess that's kind of the tone of the movie it's going for. It's being this half homage, half holy hell, mad, crazy movie. It's like somebody took the first half of Aliens and edited Alien Resurrection into it. That's what this movie is to me. It's not the turkey of the franchise, but after 40 years, you kind of expect better. Not the worst of the franchise. I'd say it's fine. Like, even if you see it in theaters or rent it, you'll get something. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure there's people out there going, "Yeah, this is the best one, how dare you!" I didn't hate it. I'm just gonna lay it right. I did not hate this movie. But damn, was it weird. That's my 2 cents. It's not a bad movie, but my god, it derails in spots. So yeah, that's my spoiler-filled Butterfinger review. I hope you enjoy it. And again, if I don't see you on the flip side, happy Halloween! Oh man, this was a nutty movie. Any questions?